America's worried about everything. I'm John Phillips, and this is Pole Position. On both the left and the right, a new USC Dornsife Los Angeles Times poll has found the nation is very worried about a whole host of issues. As many other polls we've discussed right here on Pole Position have found, most Americans, 70%, are convinced the country is headed in the wrong direction, compared to only 29% who think things are going our way. But this poll broke that down by categories, asking the question, thinking about the way things have changed in the country over the past few years, are you generally more excited or more worried by changes in these areas? The economy, morals and values, politics, and cultural diversity. What did they discover? Well, they found that everyone's worried about everything. On the economy, an overwhelming 69% were worried, only 29% were hopeful. On the direction of the nation's morals and values, 71% were worried, only 27% were hopeful. On politics, the vast majority of Americans, 84%, are worried about where we're headed, while only 13% were hopeful about how things are going. On cultural diversity, respondents were more closely divided, with 47% saying they were hopeful, but the majority, 50%, are worried about the more diverse America we're seeing. This poll shouldn't be a surprise to many of us that watch Pole Position or watch these numbers very closely. Why? Because so many outsiders are doing so well in this upcoming presidential election. Dr. Ben Carson, Donald Trump, Carly Fiorina, Ted Cruz on the Republican side, Bernie Sanders on the left, on the Democratic side. They're all doing well. Typically, that's not how it works. Typically, the more conventional the candidate is, the better their chances are of winning the nomination. We're seeing that not be the case, particularly on the Republican side this time around. People think that politicians have screwed things up. And the more experience you have screwing things up, the more people are saying, wait a minute, let's take a look at someone who doesn't come from that mold. Let's take a look at someone who maybe comes from the private sector, who's done something in business and done it well, and not been part of that Washington establishment that's ruined this country on a whole host of issues. So if you're Donald Trump, if you're Ben Carson, if you're Bernie Sanders or Carly Fiorina, you play this up because people are paying attention to people they typically wouldn't. That's the position of the polls, but now it's time to make your opinion known. What changes in America are you most worried about? The economy, our values, or one of the others? Let us know your comment in the comment section below. I'm John Phillips for Pole Position. Thanks so much for watching.